Is this recording? I think so. Hope so. Hey guys, I just wanted to do a little kind of like vlog, kind of like chat into the camera kind of thing about worlds. So let's start from the start. So obviously it was my first ever long haul flight. So we flew out to Doha and then had a connecting flight from Jakarta. I actually didn't find the flights too bad, and I actually did not get jet lag that bad. So that's great, but we'll get onto that in a minute. When we arrived in Jakarta, I think it was around like 3 p.m. and then obviously we had to get our luggage, we had to get the bus to the hotel, and it was right in traffic time. So by the time we got to the hotel, it was roughly around like 6 p.m. I was sharing a room with Shantae, so we went in, checked in our bags. The hotel was so nice, like honestly the best hotel I think I've ever stayed in. Like it was insane. It was actually amazing. I loved it. Whilst we're on the topic of the hotel, can I just say the food was so good. I loved the food. It is literally what I eat. That is my food. So actually, it was either on the first or second night. Mine and Shan's bedroom, mine and Shan's room, the lights just randomly decided to turn off, so I had to wait for an electrician to come and sort it out, but it was all fine. But yeah, that's something to remember. We also had the lift just turn pitch black and stop on us, so that was also a lovely start to the trip. But yeah, moving on. So we had training early the next day. It wasn't too bad. I found it a bit harder than normal to adjust to like different equipment. We already had the Tai-Shan vault at home, but I think because it was a long haul flight the day before, I think it made me feel a bit like out of line with my body kind of thing, if you get what I'm saying. So like a few of the skills on beam were a bit of a struggle more than normal. Bars, I found I adjusted to bars quite easily. My legs felt a bit like heavy on floor and vault, but I generally think the training session went alright, and I think the rest of the team had quite a good training session too. After training, we went to the pool for the first time, so that was nice. It was really hot there. I really enjoyed that part, can't lie. Got to love a good swimming pool in your hotel, especially when you're going somewhere hot. What we found the hardest on the second day, or a few of us, was staying up late to adjust to the Jakarta timing. I know that night I woke up twice in the night, but I only had that for the first 2 nights, so that was really good because I was a bit worried how I would adjust with the jet lag. On to day 2 of training. Day 2 of training actually went quite well. I can't remember each session like perfectly, but I know on the second day I did my full tumbles on floor with extra mats and a bit of support, but I was really happy to get them out on the second day and adjust to the Tai-Shan floor. It was a bit of a different carpet to normal, so also adjusting to that. I really liked the colour of the floor though. My vaults were good, and yeah, I think my beam was better. On the second session, I think I kind of like adjusted a bit more. I felt a bit more like normal again. So now I'm just going to kind of talk on how the training went in general before qualifications, because it's kind of hard to remember day by day. I know one day before qualifications we actually had a photo of USA, because USA are in our subdivision, so it was nice to have a group photo of them. Okay, so leading up to the competition, I think as I was getting a bit closer to the competition, obviously nerves got a bit more intense, I would say. I'm always quite good with setting myself goals, but I'm sometimes not the best with managing nerves, and I think with having quite a long time off with injury and stuff, I didn't really know how to feel for this championships, because this was my first international all-around back and also my first major all-around as a senior, so I didn't really know what to expect. I kind of was just trying to not get in my head and just remind myself that I'm like it's really great to even be here, considering the year I've had. The Taishan vault was quite hard, and I think this whole experience was learning how to be a bit more adaptable to equipment, because you never know what the equipment's going to feel like in a different country. But you just have to try and remember, I think, that your routine just stays the same. Bars. My first few sessions of training out in Jakarta actually went really well on bars. It'd been going really well out at Lilleshall, and I'd gained so much confidence on my routines because I just kind of knew I could do it. Obviously, bars has been the piece this year that I have struggled the most on mentally. I think I just kind of sometimes let a few of the skills get in my head, especially when it gets closer to things. So like, the more sessions, the closer we got to qualifications, I had a few things that kind of got into my head about, and the nerves kind of got the better of me. I'm so grateful I had the girls out there to support me. They were so amazing, and obviously the team was so amazing. They helped me get through it. I just reminded myself that I can do this routine. I've done it so many times before, and just trusting my body. We're going to move on to podium training, I think. Yeah. Obviously, in between these, we have been to the shops a few times, as well as being to the pool a few times. So yeah, we also, actually, before I go into podium, we did some of the days that we just had normal training, we also did a session of kind of like stretching and kind of S&C kind of things in the gym at the hotel. We had Ben, the S&C coach at British Gymnastics, actually did like Zooms with us, which was great, so thank you for that, Ben. So we were doing that in the evening after our training sessions, just to make sure our body was like staying active and stuff, and we actually did one of them the day that we arrived there, so we could get our body moving after the long flight. Okay, going on to podium training. So actually, I was quite nervous of podium training. I don't know why, because I'm not normally nervous. I think just with it being like my first World Championships and my first senior all-around comp, and just like seeing the arena for the first time. But as soon as I started warming up, my nerves kind of settled, which was good. Podium actually went quite well for me. Obviously, warming up in the back gym, you're on podium anyway, so we were able to adapt my warm-ups a bit for the better, with especially the floor being on podium. I struggled to adapt a bit with the catch-evs on bars, but they got better the more I did, so I think podium training really helped with that. And then when we obviously walked out, we got to walk out as a team, practice starting on floor, which we were doing podium training. And I think even though it wasn't a team competition, we really like stuck together as a team. After podium, well, I don't know if it was after podium or before podium, but I had a couple of interviews. So I think I did 2 interviews before I actually competed. I did one speaking to Team GB about how it felt to like be competing at Worlds, how it's felt coming back from injury, and just things like that. After podium, we had a day off. We went to go watch the boys on our day off, so we were there to support them, and we got to see how things kind of worked a bit actually in the competition. Then we trained one more session before qualifications. This session was kind of just the last session to build confidence. I felt nervous after this training session, but I also felt ready to compete. Like, I just trusted myself, like I trusted the coaches, I trusted myself, and I trusted all the routines and all the numbers that I had already done, just to feel ready for qualifications the next day. Oh, actually, I have a funny story, guys. So in podium training, I actually missed a catch-ev and I snapped 3 of my nails. I know, also I don't have nails on right now, but I snapped 3 of my nails. So the day before qualifications, me and Martine were literally in the mall trying to find somewhere I could get my nails done. We eventually did find somewhere, which was great, which meant I had some good nails for qualifications. Yeah, I thought that was kind of just a funny story. Qualifications was early the next day. I actually think this competition was, I felt the most nervous for, and I think more because I trusted myself and I felt confident. But I think with being out for such a long time and it being my first one back since injury and mental blocks, I think I just wanted to do well for myself, and I think that's why I felt quite a bit nervous. We obviously started in the warm-up gym. Things actually went really well in the training hall, so that gave me more confidence, ready to go out. Obviously you're going to feel nervous going out and stuff, but I feel like as soon as I walked out, I did that floor routine. I did a really good floor routine and I was really happy with it. That just kind of, I felt less nervous after my floor. I think sometimes when I just present, get on that floor, my nerves kind of just go. And I love competitions. If you know me, you know that I absolutely love competitions. I just enjoy it. I enjoy the fact that I get to show everyone, I get to wear a nice sparkly leotard, I get to present, I get to perform. I just love everything about competition. Obviously, going on to our second piece, I did a really good first vault, a nice Wchenko, but unfortunately I made a mistake in my second vault. I got a bit lost in the air and it didn't go quite to plan. I was gutted, to say the least. It felt like I'd worked so hard and then it just kind of slipped away that easily. But I just knew I had to kind of take that out of my mind because I still had bars and beam left to go, and obviously I wanted to do well in the all-around. So I kind of just took that out of my mind. I had the girls there supporting me. I knew I needed to carry on supporting the girls as well. I had Rory and Martine out on the floor with me, and I could hear everyone else in the crowd cheering me on. And I think then going to bars and hitting a bar routine, it wasn't my best bar routine by far, but I think just to hit that bar routine and to score what I did with a few little mistakes in the bar routine, or little adjustments, I'm gonna say, little adjustments in the bar routine, I think gave me that real boost of confidence after vault. And then going on to beam, I also made a slight mistake on beam. My acro series just went a bit weird. I didn't manage to get the second layout in because I fell on my first flick layout. I have not really ever done that before, especially not in a comp, but I just knew I needed to finish that routine off strong. And then I think as soon as I finished that all-around competition, I had a bit of relief in me. I was just so happy to have competed that all-around competition and got back out in an arena that big at the World Championships after a long, tough year. Then obviously we had a long wait the rest of the day to find out what finals we were in. I was really pleased to find out I qualified for all-around and floor final. That gave me a big boost of confidence. Oh yeah, so I actually forgot to say, before qualifications on the Sunday, after we went to watch the men's competition on the Sunday, we actually went up Autograph Tower, which is, I'm gonna forget what it is, but I'll write it on the screen. It's like the tallest building somewhere. It was actually Martine's birthday, so we kind of used it as a bit of a birthday celebration. We had some cake in the restaurant, we gave her some presents, we celebrated her birthday. Yeah, we went up when it was night. There was such good views. I can't lie, it was a bit scary looking down through the glass because you were walking on this kind of like glass floor. It was a bit scary walking on that. But yeah, I'm so glad that we did it because it was just like a really good memory to remember, and we got some nice team photos up there. And yeah, it was only finished being built last year, I think. We actually went to the arena and watched Vault and Bars final, and oh my god, everyone is so insane. Like, the gymnastics that was shown was just top tier gymnastics, is what I'm gonna say. I think one of my favourites to watch was definitely Kaylee and Amore on bars, but Kate McDonald from Australia, your Katchev, is stunning It is so high, so floaty. Oh my god, I absolutely loved it. Moving on to the all-around final, I didn't put any pressure on myself because I knew just to even be in this final was a big achievement. I think I set myself goals, like I actually set myself the aim of placing in the top 10. I didn't tell anyone that, not even my family or my coach or my friends. I wanted it to just be a personal goal. I set myself that goal, but I knew that it was going to be very hard to place that high because there's so many amazing gymnasts here. Like, this is the best gymnast in the world at the moment we're talking about. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to go out and enjoy it. We were starting on bars, and I think I went up and I got a new PB on bars. Finishing that routine felt like such a relief, but I was just so happy that I got to show one of the best bar routines after all the hard work that I'd put in the training halls and the training back at home, all the work that we'd done with the national team back and all the national team coaches back at Lilleshall. So to hit that bar routine was amazing. Going onto beam, I was a bit shaky, but I hit a clean beam routine, so I was really happy to hit that. I managed to hit my triple series, which I was so proud of myself for hitting, because I kind of proved myself that I could do it, because I knew I could do it, but after making a silly mistake in qualifications, I just wanted to show that I can do it. So to hit that made me really happy. Especially after beam, my nerves just completely went. I was just kind of there enjoying the moment, and I can't lie, in between all my routines I was just kind of watching all the amazing gymnasts. They're just so amazing to watch, and I couldn't believe that I was in the mix with them gymnasts. Then I hit a really good floor again, which was 2 out of 2 floors hit, which I was really proud of myself for doing. Finishing on vault, I did a nice solid Wchenko, and I think the moment I saw I was in 8th shocked me. Like, I was so happy that I'd had a clean all-around competition, but to place 8th amongst some of these amazing athletes, I just felt so proud, and I was so pleased that all the hard work this year and the work with my coaches across 2 gym clubs, it just all paid off, and I was so proud.
Hello, I'm so excited to talk to you. How are you feeling?
Lost for words. I mean, I'm just really happy with how I performed today. I just really proved to myself that I really can do it.
What were your surprises at this first World Championships? I mean, you're already an Olympian, but at a World Championships.
I think, obviously I came in with goals to make the all-around final, but I think to make the all-around final and the floor final was probably my biggest surprise. I felt really good out there today, and I got back on a few things that I wanted to make better after qualifications.
Can I see your nails? Because I heard that there was a nails incident and then you had to get them redone, so let's see them. Ooh, nice. Is there a significance to this nail color?
They matched my leotard today, and when I got them for qualifications, I was hoping I'd make all-around finals so I could wear the red leotard. So that was my thought process.
You manifested it with your nails. Oh my God, that's so smart. Everyone should do that. You had an injury earlier this season, and we were like, oh, I don't know if Abby's going to come back. Like, especially after the Olympic year, like a lot of people don't make it, and you came back so fast. How did you do that?
I had an amazing team around supporting me. I think it was always going to be hard, especially coming back from the Olympics with that fire in my belly, then to get injured. But I just trusted that I could come back from it. I did all the rehab that I could to get myself back, and I just made sure I had them goals in my head ready for when I was able to come back.
I didn't realise that top 8 actually got to go out as well. So when I found out that, when I was actually in the back before we come out to stand by the podium, I actually had a little cry, because I was just so happy, and I couldn't believe that I'd even made it here to these championships, and then to place 8th all around in the world, and my first senior major all around competition. And as a second year senior, it just felt amazing. We watched the GB men's finals, so Jake and Luke on floor for GB. To watch them win first and second on floor was really inspiring, and it was great to see them both on the podium. Okay, so that leads us to the final day of competition in Jakarta. So it was floor final day for me and Ruby, and then Joe also had his high bar final. We got to watch a bit of the beam final in the warm-up hall on the screen, so that was really cool to watch as well. Okay, sorry guys, my phone died, so I'm back. The lighting is not as good, but it's gonna have to do. I can't remember where I got up to, but I remembered I hadn't said something, so I don't know if you saw, but we had Labubus on our bags. Well, this is probably one of the memories. All the coaches bought us a Labubu and we opened it. So I have this one, Ashante had matching. And then we went to Pop Mart, different mall, before watching the men's finals, and I ended up buying these two little ones and then two more, but they're not for me, they're for other people. So yeah, I think that is probably one of the funniest memories. So yeah, that just kind of leads us on to floor final. So floor final, I just didn't put any nerves on myself. I just kind of wanted to have fun. When I warmed up in the back gym, I literally said to Nicole, I was like, whoa, I feel powerful today. My legs feel good. So I had a really good warm up in the back gym. And then I just really enjoyed actually just the whole like walking out again for the last time, wearing a really sparkly leotard, and just like performing on that floor. So when I performed that floor, I just did it the best I could, because that might be the last time I performed that floor routine. We've worked really hard on it. I tried to land all my landings, to stay in the floor, which I did. I didn't step out once, to make my dance elements all count, and just to enjoy it. And that's literally what I did. When I finished that routine, I was just so happy, so happy. And then I think when I was sat down and I saw my score come in, I was so happy, because it's matched. I wanted to get a PB, and it matched my PB from the Olympics. So to match that score after a year out of injury and building back, that just made me really happy. And me and Martine in the kiss and cry actually did a little Labubu kiss. I don't know if you saw that, before I did my heart to the camera. And then we just sat and watched the rest of the floor final, and I did start to get a bit nervous near the end, because I was just enjoying watching, and then like I was like, oh my god, I'm still in third, and there was like 2 more to go. And then I think when the results came in, they didn't actually show our reaction on camera, but we were all huddled in a little circle, holding on to each other. Ruby was guaranteed a medal at this point, but we didn't know what colour it would be, and we were just waiting to see whether I would make on the podium or not. And I think as soon as I looked up and I saw my score, my score was on third, I cried. I didn't really know how to react. I was just really happy, and it just felt like an insane moment. I didn't really have any words, to be honest. It just felt surreal. I had an interview while I was in that room. I called my coach, I called my mum, and then yeah, we got to go out on the podium. It felt really special to have Ruby on the second place podium as well. And then we took a little selfie on the podium, and then we went through the mix zone. So yeah, this is my medal. Really different to normal, but really nice. So yeah, it's very heavy as well. I'll put it on when I finish. So I think when I was going through that mix zone with this medal around my neck and holding like the teddy, the mascot, in my hand, which is here, it just felt like I had flashbacks kind of the whole year, and of like the times I've struggled, the times I've pushed through, all the rehab and all the hard work and the effort that all the like staff helped me with, and my mum, my dad, my coaches, the input that everyone put in. And yeah, I was just super emotional. I think I was so happy that it kind of got like a bit overwhelming, but in a good way.
And better in the final on the last day.
I think I just didn't put any pressure on myself. Like, I literally just wanted to go out there and enjoy it, and that's what I did.
Do you consider just wearing your medal around town, like for a whole day?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting to get a medal, so I just keep looking down at it and just, like, I don't even know.
And then, obviously, we went back. We had the banquet that night, which was really fun. I got to get a few photos with people that I look up to, like Flavia being one of them. And then we went back to the hotel, and we went all in one room together and just hang out for the last time. And then went to the pool before getting on the plane. And yeah, we just enjoyed our last moments together. And then I think seeing my mum and dad at the airport was really special as well. Like, I have missed them a lot, and they've put a lot in to get me here and get me where I am now. So yeah, hope you enjoyed my little vlog about Worlds.